Marty Reed and Jerry Gare back with you at the score. Parker 400, and that is the 400 of Jack Johnson in the General Tire Nissan. Jack and Steve Kelly had a tremendous race around California, trading the lead at least 5 times before Jack finally emerged with a 1-minute advantage. Now, Jack was a 4-time winner last year.
Now, behind him, still having a close race, is Steve Kelly. The only problem that Steve had on the California side is he just about emptied a 55-gallon fuel barrel.
In 110 miles, they had to put back 52 gallons of fuel. Unbelievable. That's about, what, 2 miles to a gallon? Number 410, the Dodge of Rod Hall. He was the dominant figure in Class 4 until last year.
I think you got to call a spade, and I don't think we're the favorite in Class 4. These 2 new high-tech trucks we have to run against are just faster, more agile than our old Dodge. Our Dodge is a good 8 years old now, and so we're just outclassed technology-wise with our truck. But, you know, there's more than one way to win a race. I mean, you can be smart, you can be fast, you know, you can be sly as a fox, and so we're going to have to go on a little different premises right now than just stand on the gas and outrun them. So we're going to have to play a little different game this year until we get our new truck running. And so we're not counting ourselves out of the winner's circle yet, but we know it's going to be a little tougher to get there.
Well, we'll look for his new truck around the Mint 400. Number 594 is the team of Cameron and Grant Steele, and we show them running third in the 1600cc Baja Bug class.
And right behind him, the 725, the Ford Ranger of Chuck Johnson and Johnny Johnson, one of the more interesting new teams for this season.
And 727 is the Jeep Comanche of Chris Robinson and Jack Schlauman.
And right behind that, look out, here comes Dave Schopp again. We show him about 3 minutes ahead now, unofficially, in Class 8 after that opening lap. Boy, he just keeps motoring on.
There's been a lot of attrition in this class, and that puts 820, that old Ford of Robin Tulliner's up there, in second place. He's doing a great job.
Well, we mentioned that Scoop Vessels was out with a broken crankshaft, and we're told that Walker Evans and Steve McEachern both broke the rear wishbone in their trucks. The team is trying to get McEachern running again, but Walker is through for the day, so a big opportunity here for guys like Robin Tulliners and Mike Scheringa and a couple others who don't normally get into the top 3 or 4 to make a move. And speaking of Scheringa, here he is in 3rd place.
Well, he's doing very well. He's only about 20 minutes down right now, and that's a lot better than he had a right to expect, I think, before this race.
Excellent, excellent performance for those 2 guys. Now, this is the 806 Ford of Dan Beaver, and we're going to try to hook up with him on the radio.
Okay, listen, guys, right now we've got you unofficially running in 4th place. How's everything going for you?
We got a little behind on the California lap. I'm trying to make some time up on this lap.
What happened over in California? Bring us up to date.
Oh, it was just real rough, and you know, we're kind of in an old truck here, and we kind of have to stroke back a little.
Well, so far you've outlasted people like Frank Vessels and Walker Evans and Steve McEachern, so you must know something about this course.
Well, it is my home field advantage here. I think I do know a little bit. I think those guys.
You and Manny Esquera, both Parker boys, tell us really how much of an advantage is it, especially here on the Arizona side where you've got to run 2 laps?
You'll have to come back for that, buddy. I didn't get it.
Okay, I'll ask again. You and Manny Esquera both are Parker residents, and you do run out here a lot. How much of an advantage really is it for you?
I think it's a tremendous advantage. I grew up on these roads as a kid quail hunting, and I still use them to quail hunt every year.
Well, Dan, we'll let you get back to work. We appreciate it. We'll see you at the finish line.
And the quail better look out because he won't be hunting them. He'll be running over them with a truck. One of the more likable people in the sport, Dan Beaver.
He's limited his racing the last couple of years while he's trying to scrape together enough money to build a new truck. And as an independent running in a high buck class, that's not the easiest thing to do.
And off he goes, continuing his way. Now here is Robbie Gordon motoring along in that almost stock truck. He is now running 6th. Not a pretty paint job, but so far he's just trying to get some points. Running 6th at this point.
766, Jerry McDonald back running again in the Joe McPherson team Chevrolet. He preps both of the team's trucks. He's done most of the development work on them as well.
Remember, we talked to him as he was getting ready for this loop, and now underway and trying to make up some time. 765, the Ford Ranger of Darren York and Steve Schlachter. They've temporarily taken third place away from 768.
Well, John Swift and Dino Pagueda in another Ford Ranger. Swift had several strong finishes last season with Kurt Leduc as his co-driver. And overall, the Fords are having a pretty good outing today.
Well, look at the way the suspension works in this tough wash area. Great shot of the suspension. Well, here is Manny Esquera, and whoa, wait a minute. He's lost the hood on the truck, Jerry, and it looks as though it's not hurting performance at all, because he's certainly not slowing down.
If he's running that fast to blow the hood away, he's really on the gas. Now, Roger Mears, we understand, who's running in second place in the class, hasn't vanished completely yet, but he was down for almost an hour with a broken wheel hub. So right now it's Manny against himself, and he keeps it together, doesn't make any errors. He's going to have a victory here.
Well, speaking of Roger Mears, he is the third vehicle in this freight train. He has no intentions of staying in that spot, though. Look out, here coming close to the camera. Fortunately, the guys ahead have no interest in holding him up, and neither does our cameraman. Meanwhile, back with Jack Johnson in the General Tire Nissan. We understand he's well in front now, thanks to unfortunate troubles for Steve Kelly. He's getting ready to overtake Unlimited Baja Bug leader Hartmut Klauwitter. Before the race, we talked to Jack about the pressure of defending his crown.
Well, I don't feel it myself because I've just got to fill that void in between the steering wheel and the pedals, so it's not really a big problem for me. The team is really feeling a little bit because of the preparation it takes to win another championship. Make the truck keep finishing is really tough. You know, there's a lot of moving parts in this thing, and we thrash them pretty hard. So they feel a little bit, but I think it'll work out really good because the team's really got their act together now.
Well, what Jack didn't mention was the controversy that's surrounded this truck since its debut, because of its controversial tube frame construction and lightweight. That had to make the championship even more satisfying for him.
Well, Steve Kelly is underway again. He lost a lot of valuable time with a fuel system problem. The team's running an experimental injection system, and apparently one of the control sensors went haywire on him. That's probably the reason why they were gulping gasoline so much. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of The Score Parker 400 right after this.